So, just got back from a ride. This has become my like my intro. Just doing this for some reason. Just got back from a ride. I actually haven't closed the door yet. Bear with me. There you go. Got back from a ride, and I've been thinking a lot. I've been reading a lot, the same things over and over because I really like sort of making whatever I consume, whatever I read, a part of me. You know. So today, Sunday 16 November, it was a nice day. It has been a nice day so far. I went out. I visited my grandma, mainly because I wanted to have an excuse to bike around. I love biking. I think that's my new thing. you know, Probably gonna be doing it for a long time. I have two bikes. Can you believe that? Thing is, I've been reading um, Seneca. Sorry, Epictetus. I always get them mixed up. Epictetus on freedom, and I like this little section or subsection of this section on Seneca on freedom, where he talks about Amor fati, pretty much, complying with whatever God puts on his way, whatever hurdle he meets in his life, or he met in his life rather, because he's dead. So he said that he is never an obstacle for himself. He constantly complies with whatever the world puts on his way, and it's not only that he complies with it. It's just like whatever the world or people, I mean, the world through the people, or the world through any problem, through anything that could, sort of be negative towards them. Let's say negative, because when it comes to externals, when it comes to things that are not up to you, nothing is neither good nor bad, or at least that's how they put it, right? So, for example, losing a leg is not bad. For example, losing your mom, your reputation, or tarnishing your reputation, um, maybe getting robbed of something you love. Ideally, you shouldn't love anything external, but all of those things are neither good nor bad. Why? Not because, oh, I mean, we're gonna twist the reality or twist the meaning of whatever action happens to you to say that this is actually good for you or whatever. And not really. It is because you should not appreciate these things. Or that's at least how I understand the rule. It's just you should not appreciate these things. Because when you appreciate these things, when you desire something, or when you averse something that is outside your control, you are making yourself a slave, and you're giving yourself, well, you're giving other people, other things that have power over that thing, over you attaining that thing, or over you um, not being punished by that thing, your master, maybe your boss, maybe I don't know, some criminal that could possibly rob you of something, some like, I don't know, bully or whatever, whoever could possibly, make you um, or like prevent you from attaining something you desire, or make you actually suffer something that you're trying to averse. That person is gonna be your master. And in order to appreciate the things that the world puts on your way, you have to not only not like those things, but whenever you're not granted, or whenever maybe your efforts fail to provide you with that thing that you desire, or fail to make you avoid that thing that you averse, you should want it to be that way. You know, what stands in the way becomes the way. This is not something that Epictetus said, but it was something that Marcus Aurelius said. And I like when he puts it that this way, because it's like there's really no cope in it. It's more like whatever happens to you is something that you accept, is something that you want to be that way. And why? How do you do this? Not only do you do this by, just wanting that thing, like understanding that it is out of your control. You know what I'm saying? It is out of your control. And he also gives this little metaphor of you giving away your donkey. You know, if a soldier, or if some higher, or somebody who's stronger than you, or some group of people who are stronger than you, try to seize something that you have, just let it go. Otherwise, you're gonna get beaten. And I think that's his way to say, like, If you try to averse, if you try to resist these forces, not only are you gonna, not literally get bitten and lose your things, but you're gonna lose that thing or get that thing that you don't want to get. And also you're gonna suffer internally. That's the beating that you're gonna get. That's the extra pain that you're gonna add to that situation. You know what I'm saying? Your leg, like you lost your leg, you lost your, let's say, your bicycle, you lost your phone, somebody insulted you, people shamed you, you know? If you choose to dwell on it, if you choose to continuously, you know, sort of, I don't know, like regret it, to continuously punish yourself over it, saying like you should have done this or you should have done that, you are putting salt on the, you're pretty much, like pulling off the scab of the wound and making it worse for you. That's the beating that you're getting. So, it is futile for us to resist those things. At the end of the day, we already got them, you know? And I think it is nice to see it this way as well. That he talks about a God, but of course I personally don't believe in a God, but I'm pretty sure this could help you a lot. That same God, if you believe in providence, who gave you that thing, whether it be your phone, whether it be your beautiful family, whether it be your leg, whether it be your body, everything that you enjoy, everything that is external, both what is external and what is internal. So things like your judgment, your actions, things like that, all of them were given to you by someone, by some higher power. For me, it is determinism, but for you, it can be Jesus, can be whoever you believe in. Maybe just don't want to don't want to add any names here because I'm not well versed in like general religion and whatever. But that same person who's giving it to you is taking it away from you. For me, it is determinism. For me, by luck, well, not by luck, but by a series of actions and outcomes, I am put in this situation. I am put with the things that, sadly, as of today, I love, even though they're externals and they can be taken away from me at any moment, like my mother, uh, my circle, my knowledge, my body. All of these things are things that were given to me and that I enjoy, but they were given to me by someone, by some force. And if it ever has to be taken away from me, why should I try to resist that power? Why should I, be like, hey, this thing that you that I borrowed from you, that you allowed me to enjoy, to experience. Why should I, complain about you taking it away from me? Why shouldn't I say, use retrospective negative visualization? That's exactly what this method is called. And say, hey, you know what? Thank you. You're taking it away from me. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, we are all wise enough to have enjoyed it the way it should be enjoyed. Understanding that these things will change. Everything that you experience, everything that you see around yourself will change. It will cease to be that way. Maybe for good, maybe for bad. It will cease to be that way. So hopefully you're applying this mentality to everything, to your mother, to the time you spend with your friends, to the wealth that you experience, whatever, to the health that you experience. And hopefully when they're taken away from you, hopefully when they're taken away from you, you say, thank you. Thank you for, allowing me to at least have some time to experience these things. How wretched would I be right now if I hadn't had these things? How meager my experience in life would have been if I hadn't had those things, if I hadn't had such a great mother, if I hadn't had such a great friends, how unpleasurable, how mild life would have been. I talked to my girlfriend about this, I remember, sort of about this, and I told her, because she was having a tough moment at night, and we were talking, and she told me, say something nice. And I talked to her about something that I was thinking of while I was waiting for my sister to arrive when we were going to see my dad. And I was thinking, like, all of the things that I have experienced, not the things that I own, you know, but the things that I've experienced. Times with my sister, times with my family, times just enjoying life, just having those beautiful moments. All of these things, nobody can take away from me. They cannot take it away from me. Even a million years of pain cannot erase the joy that I lived, you know? So they're almost palpable, you know? These experiences, these beautiful things that you experience. Because your things, like your phone, your bicycle, your family, all of these things are merely experiences, merely feelings that you get from them. And nobody can take them away from you. Not even a million years of pain, you know? So I think that's the beauty of it. Sure, it's easier said than done. Even Seneca says it, you know, he says like nobody's telling you to go ahead and say like fuck it. I mean I don't hate my children, right? But I can give away my children. I can give away my leg. I can give away my life. I can give away everything that I love. No, nobody's saying that. It's not easier. It's not easy, you know, as saying, you know what, I actually don't appreciate these things. But start with smaller things. Start with a mug. Start with, you know, things that you're, you know, knowingly, even though it would sort of sting you a little bit, able to give away, you know? And I do think this is true. And this is beautiful because it's not sorry, Epictetus. I think I called him Seneca again, but it's not Epictetus telling you, you know what, become a fucking like heartless um what is the opposite of empathetic? I guess let's say not empathetic person. Nobody's telling you to become that, you know? They're telling you seize those moments, you know? What do you do with these things? What do you do with the things you love? You enjoy them. For how long? For as much as possible. You know, for as much as you're allowed to. And when you're finally told to return those things, you must admit how the rule works. You were given these things by God. You were given these things by whoever controls this world, but whatever controls this world, these things that happen to you. And say, thank you. There's a reason why I enjoy these things, and there's a reason why I got them. And it was likely for the same person or thing that is taking them away from me. So thank you. You know? I could jap about these things even more, even for longer, but I don't want to. But I'm pretty sure it is possible. This is not about, you know, desensitizing yourself to these things. It's about being aware of them. It's about being aware of the things that surround you, about their fragility, you know, about their mortality, and enjoying them even more, you know, without making them necessary or without attaching your happiness to them. And not because, you know, they're not important to you, but because that's just how it works. Just let it go. So yeah, I hope I'm wise enough to get it right. You know, I hope I'm wise enough to. I don't think I'll ever be. You know, sorry if this has turned into just me talking about myself, but every time I talk about these things, even though they help me, I'm tiptoeing around, trying to sound too convinced. You know. I guess that's pretty much it. That's everything I wanted to say today. It's a very quick video because I just got back from a ride, and I want to take a shower. I'm gonna go out with my mom tonight. We're gonna go to a little restaurant. We're gonna have dinner together. That's kind of nice. Yeah, things are going well. I guess that's the personal journal part or video journal part of this video. But I like to just have something to talk about that is a little bit more general that could help other people, even though very few people watch these videos. And I want it to be that way, like, in a sense, you know. Hope you guys having a good day. Enjoy your weekend.